Good morning, second grade scholars. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. Welcome to ELA Mini Lesson number 20. This week, we're learning a new summarizing strategy to help us summarize fiction texts, and it's called Somebody Wanted, But So Then. We have the abbreviation SWBST. Today, I'm going to first model how to use Somebody Wanted, But So Then to summarize a story. Then I'll read a text to you and you'll complete your summary using Somebody Wanted, But So Then in your packet. Your learning target for today is I can summarize a story using the Somebody Wanted, But So Then strategy. So remember, when we're summarizing, we're focusing on the most important parts of a text. And we've talked about it before too, how you can use the problem and the solution to a story to help you summarize a text. And that's what this strategy uses too. First, with the someone, we identify a main character in the story. For the wanted, we think about what the character wanted most. There's usually a problem with the main character getting what he or she wanted, so that's the but in the somebody wanted but part. What was the problem? Preventing the character from getting what he or she wanted. The so in the story is how the character works to try to solve the problem, and the then is the resolution to the problem. What happens after the character works to solve the problem. So we're going to be practicing this strategy all week. But first, I'm going to show you the types of details you're going to want to include in your summary using a familiar story. We can think about the story of the three little pigs. From thinking about that story, we know there is a character in the story who wants something really badly. It's the big bad wolf, and what he wants to do is he wants to munch on some little pigs for lunch. So I would identify the someone, the main character in the story, as the wolf and what the wolf wanted. He wanted to eat the three little pigs. So I would record that in those two boxes. And it's not going to be a complete sentence each time. But once you have all of these pieces put together, you could say your summary in complete sentences. So now I have the first part of my summary. The big bad wolf was hungry and wanted to eat the three little pigs. Notice that I don't have a complete sentence in the first box or a complete sentence in the second box, but when you put those details together, you have the first sentence of your summary. So if I'm thinking about the problem that the big bad wolf faced, was every time he blew the house down, the little pigs ran away to the next house. Now, I have to remember this is a summary, not a retell, so I'm not trying to say as many details that I remember from the story, but just the big important pieces. So I have to think about how I could put that into words. What was the problem that the wolf faced? Was it that he blew down the house? Was it that the pigs ran away? Or was the really big problem when he gets to the third house that's made out of bricks and can't get inside? I would say that is the really big problem in the story. So what was the problem? When the big bad wolf gets to the house made out of bricks, he cannot blow the house down. Let me go back and read my somebody wanted and add those pieces onto this part. See if it makes sense. Remember, we always go back and check our work while we're writing and make sure that our writing makes sense. The big bad wolf was hungry and wanted to eat the three little pigs. When the big bad wolf gets to the house made out of bricks, he cannot blow the house down. I want to go ahead and just add that word but in there to show that it's a problem. Something is preventing him from getting what he wants. I also changed my language a little bit to show that this happened in the past. So I'm going to read it through one more time. The big bad wolf was hungry and wanted to eat the three little pigs. But when the big bad wolf got to the house made out of bricks, he could not blow the house down. The pigs could not come out for him to eat. I want to add that detail too. So what did the wolf try to do when he couldn't get into the house made out of bricks? Well, the door was locked, the windows were closed, but he decided to go down through the chimney. Let me think of a shorter way I could put that because, again, this is not a retell, but a summary, and I want to try to think of the most important parts. How did the wolf try to solve the problem? So the big bad wolf decided to climb down through the chimney to get inside of the house. Again, I'm going to go back to the top and read through my summary. The big bad wolf was hungry and wanted to eat the three little pigs. But when the big bad wolf got to the house made out of bricks, he could not blow the house down. He could not catch the pigs to eat them. So the big bad wolf decided to climb down through the chimney to get inside of the house. What happened after the wolf tried to solve his problem? Well, unfortunately for the wolf, the pigs were inside the house waiting with a cauldron to burn the wolf when he fell inside, and he ran away. Again, not a retell. I have to think about what details about the end can I use to summarize that last part of the text. So while the wolf didn't really solve his problem, there is a resolution to the story. The wolf fell into a pot of boiling water and was burned. He ran away from the three little pigs without getting to eat them. Now let's go back through and reread our summary and see how all of those pieces flow together to summarize the most important part of the three little pigs. The big bad wolf was hungry and wanted to eat the three little pigs. But when the big bad wolf got to the house made out of bricks, he could not blow the house down. He could not catch the pigs to eat them. So the big bad wolf decided to climb down through the chimney to get inside of the house. Then the wolf fell into a pot of boiling water and was burned. He ran away from the three little pigs without getting to eat them. So I counted the sentences while I gave the summary. Only 6 sentences. That's all I needed to summarize the most important details in the three little pigs. Now you're going to get your own chance to summarize a different text. So go ahead and get out your graphic organizer and follow along. So here are your tasks, scholars. First, listen to the story. While you listen, identify who the main character is and what he or she wants. Then describe the problem that's preventing the character from getting what he or she wants. And think about what the character does to try to solve the problem. And last, if the problem is solved at the end, or what is the resolution to the story. The story you're going to listen to today is called Mañana Iguana. You can listen to it here, and also if you'd like to go back and listen to it again, just search on your Epic account. Let's get started.
Mañana Iguana by Ann Whitford Paul. Illustrated by Ethan Long. Read by Rosie
and Brian Amador. Glossary. The days of the week.
Lunes,
Lunes,
Monday, Martes,
martes,
Tuesday, Miércoles,
miércoles,
Wednesday, Jueves,
jueves,
Thursday, Viernes,
viernes,
Friday, Sábado,
sábado,
Saturday, Domingo,
domingo.
Sunday.
Other words in Spanish.
Conejo,
Conejo,
rabbit, culebra,
culebra,
snake, fiesta,
fiesta,
party, gracias,
gracias,
thank you, mañana,
mañana,
tomorrow, piñata,
Piñata.
Name of a container filled with candy or toys that is broken with a stick at parties. Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Tortoise. Yo no.
Yo no.
Not I. Yo sí.
Yo sí.
I will. On Monday, lunes, Iguana twitched her tail happily. Let's celebrate spring with a party on Saturday. Conejo hopped up and down.
Yes, let's.
Tortuga poked out of his shell.
A fiesta? On Sábado? Count me in.
Culebra shook his rattle.
Me too.
Good, said Iguana. We must start right away. Who will help me write the invitations?
Yo no. Not I.
Said Conejo.
I write too fast. No one could read my words. Yo no.
Said Tortuga.
I write too slow. I can't hold a pen.
Said Culebra.
Maybe I'll grow arms tonight and can help you tomorrow.
We can't wait until mañana. Iguana wriggled her tail. I'll write the invitations myself. And she did. On martes, Iguana asked, Who will help me deliver the invitations for our fiesta?
Yo no.
Said Conejo.
I move too fast. I'd pass our friends. Yo no.
Said Tortuga.
I move too slow.
Culebra said,
If I grow arms tonight, I'll help you mañana, Iguana.
Mañana will be too late. Iguana fidgeted her tail. I'll deliver the invitations myself. And she did. On miércoles, Iguana asked, Who will help me stuff the piñata for our fiesta?
Yo no.
Said Conejo.
I stuff too fast. I'd rip and tear. Yo no.
Said Tortuga.
I stuff too slow.
Culebra said,
Mañana, Iguana, when I grow arms.
Too many excuses. Iguana flounced her tail. I'll stuff the piñata myself. And she did. On jueves, Iguana begged, Please, will someone help me cook the food for our fiesta?
Yo no.
Said Conejo.
I cook too fast. I'd make a mess. Yo no.
Said Tortuga.
I cook too slow.
Culebra said,
If I grow arms, I'll help you mañana, Iguana.
Iguana slapped her tail on the ground. I'll cook the food myself. And she did. On viernes, Iguana sighed. I don't suppose anyone will help me hang the streamers for our fiesta.
Yo no.
Said Conejo.
I hang too fast. I'd tear the streamers. Yo no.
Said Tortuga.
I hang too slow.
Culebra said,
I'll help you hang the streamers.
Iguana clapped. Hooray!
I'll help you mañana, Iguana. when I grow my arms.
I knew it! Iguana smacked her tail on the ground so hard she puffed up a cloud of dirt. I'll decorate by myself. And she did. And then it was Sábado. Conejo hopped up and down.
We're ready for our fiesta!
Tortuga poked out of his shell.
Here come our guests.
Culebra shook his rattle.
Let's greet them.
No! Iguana whipped her tail around in angry circles. I wrote the invitations and I delivered them. I stuffed the piñata. I cooked the food. I hung the streamers. Now I, and I alone, will greet my guests at my fiesta. And she did. Conejo hurried to hide behind a cactus. Tortuga shrunk into his shell. Culebra slithered under a rock. They watched for a long time while the guests laughed and ate and broke the piñata.
What a fine fiesta!
The guests said as they left. Iguana yawned. Oh, I'm too tired to clean up. I'll do it mañana. She stretched out and soon slept. Conejo hopped out from behind the cactus.
Iguana's really worn out,
He said. Tortuga poked out of his shell.
She should be. She did everything.
Culebra slithered out from under the rock.
And we did nothing.
They were silent for a long time. Suddenly, Conejo said,
I have an idea.
he told it to his friends.
That's great.
Said Tortuga. Culebra said,
Let's start now.
and they did. Conejo pulled down streamers, put away leftovers, and packed up trash. Tortuga scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed one giant platter. And Culebra squiggled and squirmed, sweeping the ground spotless. They worked until Domingo, and Iguana woke up. She rubbed her eyes and looked around. She looked at Conejo and Tortuga and Culebra. Iguana smiled. Gracias, she said. Thank you. Then she twitched her tail happily. You must be hungry from your hard work. Who will help me eat the leftovers?
Yo sí.
Cried Conejo, Tortuga, and Culebra. And they all did.